Welcome to Presume Technologies. I am Venkat. This is part 70 of C# tutorial. In this video, we'll discuss making method parameters optional by using optional attribute that's present in system.runtime.interop services namespace. Please watch part 67, 68 and 69 before proceeding with this video. We'll be using the same example that we used in the previous sessions. Let's flip to Visual Studio. So here I have this add numbers function which allows us to add two or more numbers. So notice that this function has got three parameters, and at the moment all the three parameters are mandatory. And if you look at the implementation, it's very straightforward. We have a variable of type integer result here which is going to hold the sum of the first and second number. And then here we are checking if rest of numbers is not null. Okay, that's our third parameter. If it's not null, then we know for sure the user wants to add more than two numbers, in which case we are looping through each integer that's present in this array and adding that integer to our result variable. And then finally we are printing the sum. Okay, alright. Now if I have to invoke this function, then I will have to supply arguments for all the three parameters. Let's say for example I want to add just two numbers, 10 and 20. And then if I try to build this solution, as you might expect, we get a compilation error. No overload for method add numbers takes two arguments, because at the moment I only have one version of add numbers, and this version makes all these three parameters mandatory. We have to supply arguments for all these three parameters. Okay, so let's see how to use optional attribute that's present in system.runtime.interop services namespace to make this third parameter optional. So obviously the first thing to do is to import that namespace. And how do we do that? Using using declaration. So using system.runtime.interop services. Alright, and all that is left right now is to make this parameter optional. And how do I do that? I use that optional attribute. And to specify attributes, we use square brackets. So open the square bracket, and then I can say optional. You can also use the full name of the class, optional attribute, if you want to, but attribute part is optional, so I can remove that if required. Now look at this. When I build the solution, the compilation error goes away. Build succeeded. Now if I run this, as you might expect, the sum of the two numbers is going to be 30. So we just made this third parameter optional using the optional attribute that's present in system.runtime.interop services namespace. On the other hand, if I want to add, let's say, 5 numbers, I can simply pass argument for the third parameter as well. So I'm going to create a new integer array, and then let's say I want to add 30, 40 and 50. So obviously when we run this, we get the sum of all those 5 numbers. Alright. On this slide you can find resources for ASP.NET, C# and SQL Server interview questions. That's it for today. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.